Business on Purpose podcast.
Whoa, there's been a lot of money talk happening. You can tell it is the beginning of the next quarter. At the time of this recording, it's beginning of the second quarter, and tax day is right around the corner. Hey, it's Scott Beebe with the Business on Purpose podcast, and it's time to let your business burn so that we can help liberate you from the chaos of working in your business. Go to letyourbusinessburn.com. The book is right there. So there's a lot of chatter going on about taxes, a lot of chatter about first quarter and looking back on the finances, a lot of chatter about P&Ls and balance sheets and all those sorts of things, cash flow. And so I thought I would give you some insight into some things that went on this week that would be very helpful for you. And I want to frame this conversation this way. Last night, one of our heroic business owners a few months ago had actually led his team into taking Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University as a team. So his local church, which happens to be our local church, they had a couple of men who have taught this in the past. Could obviously be men or women, but in this case, it was a couple of men who taught this in the past. And they agreed to come in at night for free and offer this class to these team members. And these team members, unbelievable, paid off 12 credit cards collectively over the period of time. I think it's 9 weeks or something like that. Paid off 12 credit cards. And these are on hourly and small salary wages. These aren't massive six-figure incomes. Paid off 12 credit cards. So one great tool for personal finance is Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. If you've not done it, you need to go through it. You can also use a tool called You Need a Budget. That's actually what we use in our household. The second tool that we really want you to use in business, we mandate everybody use it that we work with, is Mike Michalowicz's Profit First module and model. And you can buy his book, Profit First, incredible. And if you go through the 4 Steps to Business Freedom, 4stepstobusinessfreedom.com with us, obviously you get that book from us and we walk you through the model. We provide you with all the templates and everything. You need to have multiple accounts in your business. Well, Scott, what about just tracking it on a spreadsheet? Well, how's that working? Not very well. And in most cases, what ends up happening is you're spending more than you think you're spending because it's all in an account. You look at that lump sum account and go, wow, we've got a lot of money. No, you don't. A chunk of that money's got to go to the government. A chunk of that money's got to go to this. A chunk of that money's got to go to that. So we break it down into multiple accounts. We actually have about 9 accounts now that we break things down to. Well, isn't that a bookkeeping nightmare? No, most of the accounts don't have any transactions in a month. So no, it's not. So go through Profit First. There is a third tool that I want to provide for you that we've just kind of created in-house, and it's called the Financial Barn. Why did I call it the Financial Barn? That's a horrible name. Well, there's a story in the New Testament Bible. Please don't turn this podcast off. This isn't a religious thing, but there's a story in the New Testament of the Bible, and Jesus said there was a rich fool. He had a lot of money, a lot of stuff, and he said, I know what I do. I've run out of space, so I'll tear down that barn. I'll build bigger barns. I'll build it up so much that I'll have so much, and in a few years I can say, I'll eat, drink, and be merry. And the response was, you're a fool. Why? Gang, money will corrupt you long term. We know that. Do we need to have that conversation? No, we don't. We all know a lot of people who are filthy rich, or maybe just one person who's filthy rich. And in most cases, statistically, and I'm not saying everybody, but in a lot of cases, statistically, those who have a lot of money, the money is owning them. Not in every case. We've got clients that have a lot of money and it's not owning them because they're doing a great job with it. But what can we do simplistically to be not corrupted by the money, but to instead leverage it as a tool and be managers, what some might call stewards of that money? Financial barn. So instead of building multiple barns, we just want you to build one barn. And we don't want you to take a vow of poverty. We want you to go for the gusto. But here's how you do it. Draw a barn. In fact, take out a sheet of paper and a pen or a pencil. I want you to just draw a barn, just a stick figure barn. 2 sidewalls, a bottom, and a roof. And then in that barn, I want you to draw maybe 6 or 9 or 12 compartments, just boxes inside that barn. And in those boxes, I want you to name all of the big stuff you can think that's going to require money. For instance, living expenses, college or school planning, weddings, retirement funds, cars and automobiles, hobbies and recreation. Get those big compartments in there. And then what I want you to do is think, if we could fill that compartment up this year with the money that we want to spend on that item, either this year or that we want to put away for that item, because for instance, weddings, I don't think we're going to be paying for a wedding this year. Hopefully we shouldn't at this stage, but we are going to be paying for a wedding at some point. So we want to be putting some cash away because that's a pretty big ticket item if you're in the United States of America. And so this year, we don't want to fully fund that, but we want to put X away for that. So you put those big categories together, add all those numbers up, and as a business owner, what you're saying is, this is how much the business needs to throw our way so that we can fund these elements either partially or fully throughout the year. And some of those compartments need to be your giving. Say you're giving to your local faith community. Say you're giving to a global group, which all of us need to be doing. Then put those compartments in there. Put your ideal numbers. Put some stretch goals down there. Add it all up. You'll get one number at the very top of your barn and go, hey, that's what our business needs to throw off either via salary or owner draws this year. Doesn't include your taxes, by the way, so make sure you plan on that. Doesn't include your taxes. But this is what the business needs to throw off. Now you back end into the number to go, well, if this is what the business needs to throw off, and this is our overhead, this is our cost of goods, these are our other expenses, well, then this is what the business needs to generate in order to throw this off. Now, if those two things don't match, then you start to maneuver numbers. You either increase your revenue or you decrease what goes into that barn. But that barn will tell you what it is that you need to be generating out of the business as a business owner for you to be able to live out those principled things that you want to live out. And then when you have that, your multiple bank accounts from Profit First will allow you to operate on those cash flows throughout the year, and your You Need a Budget or Dave Ramsey will allow you to manage your home budget to make sure you're living within those living expenses. Hey, we've got most of this drawn out in LetYourBusinessBurn.com, the book there. We don't have the barn because that's a new concept we've come up with just in the last few months, and it is working beautifully. So make sure you do that. If you got any questions, let us know. Check us out at mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision to write your vision out there, to understand exactly what your business needs to do. And we'll see you next time right here on the Business on Purpose podcast.